Happy Sunday. It is Labor Day weekend, so I'm doing a little bit of prep today, a little bit of prep tomorrow. I have tomorrow off of work, but still back to weekly meal prep. It finally feels good to be home and not traveling. If you watched my past videos, you know that I was kind of like all over the place in the summer, but last week we were finally like fully home, back to meal prep, feeling good. So that is all good and dandy. This week, I'm going to do a traditional chicken salad. We're just going to be doing Greek yogurt instead of mayonnaise to do some high protein addition swaps. Super tasty though, and probably serve it with some crackers. We get these like Crunch Master multi-grain crackers at Costco. They're super tasty. And then for dinner, I think we're going to do some tilapia. I might do some hot honey chicken sort of midweek since it is like a shorter week. I don't need to necessarily meal prep for the entire week and kind of not wing it, but have some components handy for the week, which I've actually really been enjoying doing, especially with, I don't know, like my kids and preschool and all of that, just sort of making more components of meals so that we can kind of throw things together throughout the week based on what we're feeling so we don't get burnt out. So we've got a ton of potatoes, probably going to do something with gold potatoes. And then we have, like I said, the chicken salad. So for breakfast, kind of feeling oatmeal just because it's been like a fake fall this week. But I might also do maybe some hard boiled eggs or something like that. So stay tuned to see what I finally decide on because I've been kind of going back and forth in my head. But if you are new here, my name is Michelle. I am a full-time product designer and a mom 24/7 to two littles. And I started this channel in hopes of kind of sharing my progress and like what I've been doing to kind of find myself again after becoming a mom and just really truly trying to become the best version of myself. And a lot of that, and personally, a lot of that has to do with making sure that my family and I have just really healthy meals and healthy snacks to keep us fueled throughout the week. Just because I've learned that if I don't prep for the week, I tend to just reach for not the healthiest or not the most nutritious snacks or foods, things that I know aren't going to fuel me for especially the movement that I do every day. If you watch my last video, you'll know that I started 75 hard. And so that includes 2 workouts a day, drinking a gallon of water, reading 10 pages of a non-fictional book, and then no alcohol and sticking to a diet. But anyway, lots of movement, even without doing 75 hard as just a toddler mom, you're just always moving. So anyway, my hope with this channel is just to share with other fellow parents in case they need some inspiration or want to just follow along in my own journey. But anyway, I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for listening. And remember that a little bit of prep today needs a whole lot more peace tomorrow. And that's why we're here. Let's get to cooking. Okay, so if you read the description of this, you may initially be turned off, but hold up. I finally tried adding cauliflower rice to my oats, and let me tell you, definitely a game changer. If you want to double your serving of oatmeal without adding a lot of calories or carbs, and then adding a veggie without tasting it, this is the way. So I also added egg whites to the oats, which I have definitely done in the past. I do that to increase the protein as well as give it a fluffier texture. So that's all good, but you do need to make sure that you are constantly mixing the oatmeal as you're adding the egg whites so that you don't end up with a egg white omelet at the top. But the cauliflower rice, I just get these bags that are frozen at Costco. They're terrific price. They're organic. You just pop them in the microwave. Make sure they're just soft. You don't want to add these, like, I guess you can add them frozen in the oatmeal, but I just feel like it's better to just stick them in the microwave before so that they get soft, and then you can cook them more as you add them to the oats, just so that you don't get like crunchy texture. But yeah, super versatile. Anyway, I ended up adding some cinnamon and then some honey when I put them in the containers. And then once I went to go eat them, I just added a little bit of peanut butter and I think banana. You can add whatever you'd like, obviously, some apples, maybe blueberries. But I loved this hack, and I will definitely be doing that in the future because you double your serving size without adding a ton of carbs and calories, and you end up having a delicious meal. So I ended up making two breakfasts this week. I didn't really have the intention to, but then we had all of these gold potatoes that we accidentally bought more than we needed, and I needed something to make that could use them, and so this breakfast casserole came to mind. I honestly just winged it. I cooked a bunch of these gold potatoes. I used my handy dandy veggie chopper to dice them up, put them in the oven until they're cooked through because no one wants a crunchy potato in a breakfast casserole. And then I used these chicken sausages, which if you've seen my channel before, you see me use these all the time. They're delicious. They're from Costco. At least we get them from Costco. And so I just diced those up as well. And then added a bunch of eggs and some egg whites to a bowl, mixed that all up. And you just kind of add everything to it. I added a little bit of milk just for the fluffiness of the eggs, added it to a casserole dish, and then added the potatoes once they were cooked, and the chicken sausage, threw in some everything bagel seasoning. You can use whatever seasoning you'd like, and then put that all in the oven until it was cooked through. And this was definitely a fan favorite in my house for the week. My husband loved it, the kiddos had some, and it was done by the end of the week. I believe I've made this chicken salad on my channel before, but it's back. We love it. It's so easy and it keeps you full and satisfied for lunch. It is, again, emphasis on the easy, especially if you cook your chicken in like an Instant Pot or a crock pot. You just mix it all. I use my KitchenAid to shred the chicken, which is so handy. And then you just mix in some celery and some grapes and red onion, some seasoning, and honestly, you can customize this however you'd like as well. This is what works for us. I use Greek yogurt instead of mayonnaise to increase the protein and keep it relatively low fat. And I served it with these multigrain crackers. I think they're Crunchmaster crackers. Again, a Costco find, no surprise here. And you can also serve it with more celery sticks if you'd like, but delicious, high protein snack that also my kids liked. So yes, I did not prep dinner this week. We ended up just doing some leftovers and some chicken bowls and just kind of like a hodgepodge of things, but it worked out. And so hopefully these breakfasts and lunch idea for the week is helpful. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.